Oh, oh, that just in plastic and hell is on this. That's a slow there. Oh, thank you. You can actually bring it to them. Oh, okay. Thank you. Oh, Jesus. Oh, that's too bad. I'm making sure everything looks good. Okay? Yeah. Not me this. I know what I'm doing. Okay. Hey, it's me. But here, you gotta make sure. It's like it works inside the box. Over here. Mike, I check 1, 2.
Mic check, 1, 2, 1, 2.
Oh, there it is. The man that messed himself. we do like street yards.
You know, we're gonna start in 10 minutes, so get some orders, take a seat. Hey, how are you? Just about to, hey, that's 10 minutes.
I didn't have a good close crowd. 10 minutes. Nope. Nothing else.
y'all ready to get the show started? Are y'all ready to get the show started? First of all, thank y'all for being here tonight, supporting Saucy Saturdays. Give it up for yourselves one time. Y'all don't care about y'all such a quiet. How y'all doing? I'll say give it up for yourselves. Y'all want to clap for them? Offbeat. Like, my name is Chris Kane. This is my production. We got all the comics in the back. You can see them later on tonight. They are. Who said that? It's not gonna be funny just because you said that. Are you playing pool? That's so disrespectful to the show. Like, you gotta go on stage. Yo, you funny, fam, but I'm winning. That's cool. That's disrespectful. But you got here early enough to play a game already. That's like somebody coming to your house and going straight to the fridge and being like, what you got here? Like, you can't walk in here and do what you want. Anyway, man, thank y'all for coming out tonight. We're gonna have a good show. Shout out to the new people. If this is your first time, put your hands in the air so we can recognize you. All the first timers. That's my first time dancing. I got moves. I don't care about stuff. What are you looking at me? I look over and like, it's intimidating. You got the glasses on, so I can't tell if you ever just tell if you want to serve me. I don't know what's happening right now. Shout out to the exes that come in your life when you're having a good time and trying to mess you up. That happened to y'all? That your life is going well, you get that text, hi. You're like, does she know I'm doing well in life? Why would you? Like right when you get over it, you're like, all right, God gonna open some new doors to me, new opportunities. Hey, I miss you. You say don't do it, but then you start having the flashbacks. You start romanticizing what it used to be, and then you only remember the good parts. It's like, you know, we got froyo that one time, and drove down Mulholland, and just looked up at the stars. You forget about the time she stabbed me. You forget about that time. Like, you got a whole cutting arm like that. I fell that one time. I fell that time. I probably heard that stabbing, actually. I did lie to her about getting sushi. I probably deserved that. I always tell my friends don't go back to Exxon, and I definitely done it 3 different times. So 3 different times. Don't wow. You think I feel good about this? I'm on stage talking about it. I know that's up. And I'm the one that's like, hey, this time we're gonna be better. This time won't be the last time. And she's like, I'm not even crazy no more, which I know is a lie. When you stop being crazy, you don't get older and then less crazy. That's not how crazy works. Crazy goes downhill. You get crazy as you get older. I'm not even crazy, Mom. I'm doing therapy right now, so I'm not crazy. I'm working on myself. I'm not even crazy. Me and my mom are good, finally. And you get where all the mom issues come up to you. I wasn't going crazy no more. I'm not crazy as I used to be. I'm a different crazy now. I heard crazy evolved, but I'm not going to catch you, but I will catch you. This is me. This is therapy. You don't even joke at this point. This is just therapy. Some of y'all want to laugh 2 nights to next right now. Okay, that's fine. Move on. Can we talk about hoes for a second? I said hoes, your ears perked up. I feel like hoes get a bad rap. I do. I know. Stay with me for a second. Hoes are a necessary part of society. They always have been. Always professional known men, right? But when people hear hoe, it pulls stuff like hoe, like it sounds aggressive. Just the word hoe sounds. I think I changed the word. Make a little acronym, something cool. So when you're a hoe, it just means you're non-attached to anybody in that moment, right? You're in a non-attachment phase. I think what you call hoeing napping, right? Just napping. Hey, what you up to? I'm napping. You know how it is in the streets, son. Tyron out here napping. Because when you say hoeing, that sounds real bad. Like, I train porn stars, even they would be like, relax, man. You just can't be hoeing out here. I'm going to get y'all my time with it. It's not always a morality issue. Like, you know what a hoe is? A hoe is like Little Caesars. It's just hot and ready. It's ready right now. Like, if you want a pizza, you gotta order it, you gotta wait, you got breadsticks. You go to Little Caesars, you just grab the box and walk out. That's what a hoe is. It's just ready. It's not good. It's barely food, but it's ready. Y'all never had Little Caesars? I'm the only one. Everybody, I'm a Papa John's person. Whatever. They're just ready now. It's not always a bad thing. It's just convenience, right? We all know how to make coffee, but we still go to Starbucks. Why? It's more convenient for them to make it than for you to make it at home. That's what a hoe is. Like, hoe is like a cheat meal. Now, we all know how to eat well. You know, kale, spinach, etc. But then that one time you get a cheat meal, don't it make you feel good? And then you get back to eating kale and spinach. You don't just keep eating ice cream. You jump off and then jump back to. Y'all not talking about yourself right now. Now, that's why you came over here. I feel like I'm making a lot of sense, but it's like the word. It's like I just said like a couple months ago, I was talking about equality. And I was like, I'm waiting for my girl to start buying my minerals. And all the women were like, wait a minute, nah, hold on, that's not, you're not that equal. I'm like, why not? That's a little reasonable. It's not a job. I like to be pampered. I like to be Dior. Like, you don't think I want a bag? Like, walk around like a bad one. Hey, what's up? And my girl bought me this. Hold up. You see that something? You don't like turn like that when a girl gets you a bag. It's like, I feel like I need hold up. Y'all with me? What's going on right now? Did the whole thing go too far on? By the way, wasn't calling anybody in the room a hoe. Hoe isn't gender specific. It's not. Usually I say that one say ah. Are you a hoe? Sir, are you done with the game? Is that what's happening? Finish up the pool. I just won. I'm going to interrupt the show. Hoe isn't gender specific. It's just guys don't call each other hoes. We use hoe code to describe guys. You ever hear guys like, I got a player right there. Player. That's hoe. It's just not the sound as bad. Yo, don't leave your girl around this one. You call it for a hoe. Yo, Mr. Senior Girl. That's straight up hoe, right? You just take up this girl. So it's not a woman thing. So y'all pull back and you thought I was calling you a hoe. It's not. Hoe again just means you're not attached. Now remember in college we changed your major 3 or 4 times? You know? What? You said mine go forward, I'm out of my whole phase, I think. You also be in a whole phase. You know, like a whole is a transitional period. You don't just be there for life. Like when college, you say, I'm going to the party, woo! And then at some point, you become an adult. You're like, hey, what's your 401k looking like? And you have benefits, and then you date according to that. Like, you don't just keep saying that, right? This is a mistake. I shouldn't. I thought I was saying something. This is gospel, but listen, I'm not going to talk to this side of the room. This guy's going too much. Are y'all having a good time so far? Yeah. Do you feel me on the? Okay. Should I change topics? Not whatever. My parents are dating right now, and they're both like in their 60s. It's real awkward. But they're not good. Like they're not good. They're not good candidates to date. Like my mom is almost 60, but she's also unemployed, and she's like, I need somebody to take care of me. That's a hard sell on date 1. What do you want? Well, I want money. Preferably from you. How do you sell that day 1? I got 5 kids. I got 4 grandkids. I need your money now. But that's not a. She's also very picky. But she's picky, but she's not like bringing as much. Like she's beautiful, but she's not bringing tangibly. Like being beautiful like 60 is like, okay. That's not currency. It's like, oh, it's my fine 60-year-old wife. Like that's not a. Unless you've been married for 40 years, in which case, congratulations, right? But I'm not gonna meet you at 60 and be like, yo, she looks almost 55. Like that's not how. You feel me? My dad's better because my dad's still stuck in like 1970s. where like whatever the man says is just the law. We're not even gonna discuss it. But he'll walk in, eat his meal, and leave it on the table, and she's like, "You gonna put that away?" He was like, "You got legs." I'm like, "Well, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work in 2022." Like, "You got legs too, don't disturb me." Like, oh, like his house, there's no back talk ever, so whatever he said is like the law. So I got on a dating app, and he does not know how to like swipe properly. He just swipes yes to everybody. We got 144 people on his DM being like, "You look good for 55," and he's really like 60, but why would you lie on a dating profile at that age? You know I still want to see you in real life, right? Are y'all on dating profiles? Am I just talking to myself right now? Everybody doesn't have a relationship in here. That's still my life. Even though I know I had a room full of happy and well-adjusted people. Some of us is out here still swiping. Right? This old, like, 82-year-old dude tried to holler at my mom. He was like, "I've been married 4 times, 5th time the charm." I was like, "I don't think that's how that works. I don't think you get 5 cracks in marriage. I don't think that's, if God ordains it." I'm like, "Nah, you got 5 chances, but you're fine." They shouldn't be asking me for dating advice. I'm not even in a relationship. I can't help you if I'm not helping me. That's like my account being in the red and you asking me for money. Like, how does that work? When I get back in the green, I got you. All right. Y'all still mad about the whole talk. It's fine. I feel like I was saying something gospel. Anywho, we're going to get into the actual show now. So, coming to the stage, all the way from Miami. You might be the bucket down on the show tonight. Put your hands together and show you love. Darius, come on, man.
Oh man, you're coming up for our host, working hard. I just got a few jokes I want to share with y'all, and we'll see how it goes. When I was younger, I used to tell my grandma I was gay just so she'd stop inviting me to church. Not really gay, but when I didn't feel like going to church, I was so gay, just extremely homosexual. I wasn't black or white, I was rainbow. For real, y'all. Cause like, here's the thing, like, I don't think church is bad, I just think sometimes church is too long. And I know that firsthand because my grandparents are pastors, and growing up, they always told me everything I do, I should do it in Jesus' name. So I put all my bills in Jesus' name. Because Jesus turned water to wine, so I figured he could turn my water on. Really, all I'm saying is God said, "Let there be light." So I figured y'all get what I'm trying to say. Y'all see where I'm going with that. But yeah, I was raised in a very religious household, and our religion was Michael Jackson ain't touched them kids. We believe that shit religiously. That was how my grandma ended prayers. She'd just be like, "Thank you, Lord, for this food. Michael Jackson ain't touched them kids." That was our amen, yo. Really. Because, like, here's the thing. Even though I don't believe Michael Jackson touched them kids, there's nothing about him that says, that nigga's a good babysitter. Like, yeah, zero good babysitter quality. So, for real, man. It's like, I'll be honest with you, I feel like the parents of those kids were the real villains of that story. Because, like, just because you like somebody's music, don't mean you should let your kids spend the night with them. I listen to Chris Brown music a lot, but I'm not gonna let him take my sister to prom because I like her face the way it is. For real, man. But yeah, I believe in God for even though I believe in God, I still have atheist friends because I feel like a difference of opinion should separate people. And it's cool having atheist friends because when something bad happens to your atheist friend, you don't have to say, I'm praying for you. All you have to say is, it be like that sometimes. It's much easier that way. It's much easier, bro. But I was talking to my atheist friend the other day, and he was like, bro, it's 2022. Why do people still believe in God? And I was like, for the same reason that white athletes still play against black athletes. They have a lot of faith. Gotta have a lot of faith in life, y'all. Really gotta have a lot of faith, man. Like me, for instance, I'm having faith that certain things will turn around in my life. Because a while back, I went on a date with this beautiful girl, and while we were out, she was wearing this tight dress, and I was admiring her, and she was like, I hope you're not thinking any dirty thoughts. And I was like, I can assure you, all my thoughts are suicidal. At that point, I realized I shared too much. I should have kept some shit on the inside, though. It's about to get real dark. I'm just letting y'all know that right now. We got to go on the dark territory. For real, because, like, I'm depressed, as we all should be. And it's tough because, like, at my core, I feel like I'm a very positive person. Like, I would never make a suicide note, but I would make a suicide vision board, which is really just my Instagram, if you think about it. For real. Because it's tough. It's tough dealing with mental health, y'all. It is. It's like the littlest thing can set you off. It's like I was out a few days ago, and this white lady came up to me, and she was like, I bet you know how to break dance. And I was like, nah, but I know how to mentally break down. And then I started crying, and she ran, and that shit was so beautiful, y'all. It was so beautiful. But, I don't know, I'm still trying to do positive shit. I am. Like, I've been going to the gym a lot, and I was in the gym the other day, and this dude came up to me, and he asked me, what is the heaviest weight I've ever tried to lift? And I was like, the heaviest weight I've ever tried to lift is my spirit. Because depression is the hardest work, y'all. You won't burn calories, but you will burn bridges. It's the truth, man. So like, and it's tough being black and depressed. That's tough because it's like, even though the conversation around mental health is a very ubiquitous one, it's still stigmatized in like our community. And so that makes it tough to talk about depression with your black friends. Because I was talking to my homeboy the other day, and I was just like, yo, bruh, I'm depressed. And he said, it be like that sometimes. Pray for me, nigga, damn. But before I get out of here, I do want to address the elephant in the room. I'm 5'10", but my voice is 6'5". And I realized my voice was deep when my homeboy hit me up, and he was like, hey, yo, read me a bedtime story. I was just like, bruh, what story you want me to read? I read that man Green Eggs and Ham put him right to sleep. It was kind of beautiful, y'all. He told me he don't need melatonin, he just needs my mellow tone. You know? His words, not mine. That's what he said. But if I'm being honest with y'all, it's not fun having a deep voice. It's really not. One time I was on this comedy show, and after the show, this lady came up to me and she was like, "Oh my gosh, you sound so handsome." And I was like, "What you looking right at me?" Like, what you? She hurt my feelings, y'all. She hurt my feelings. It's rough, y'all. It's rough having a deep voice. It's rough. Especially when I call the suicide hotline because they don't want to talk, they just want to hear me talk. And I'll be saying things like, "I want to kill myself." And they be like, "Oh my gosh, that sounds so sexy. Say it again." Anyway, that's the best I'm gonna do. God bless y'all.
Beautiful area, y'all. Strong as well. Coming to the stage, newscasters all around town at the Improv and plenty of other spots. Put your hands together and show your love for Maxie Witchcraft, y'all. Give it up,
Jackson! Male contact, you guys. Oh my God. Darius, I also know how hard it is to have a deep voice. People thought I was a boy until I was like 10 and my voice finally changed. Then they thought I was a man. All right. I like this little cape club over here. Just like, oh, let me get my little sweater set. Isn't that cold in here? It's roasting, but there is a slight breeze. Are you guys from LA? We could tell. I just got this at the thrift store and I keep getting lost in it. It's like getting a new purse. I haven't figured out where all the pockets go yet. I'm like, I think I just lost my ID somewhere in here. You guys aren't impressed so far. I've been watching you. He gave you a chance a few times to pick where the story went. After Hose, you guys gave him a thumbs up to keep going. So I guess you want to hear Ho material. Let me pull it out. I'm a little bit angry all the time. Good. Because I live in LA. You guys drive? There it is. That's enough. I keep seeing these dumbass vanity plates. These personalized plates that popped up during the pandemic, like, oh, this was your creative outlet, coming up with spicy hoochie mama that can fit into 7 letters. They're the dumbest gift ever. I saw one plate that said undercover. Not anymore. This is my suicide note. Why does it say Dear Darius? I keep seeing them, and the people driving them do not match the plates at all. They're like, sassy gal, hot stuff. I'm like, that is the weirdest way to tell the world what you wish you were. I don't need a plate to tell the world that I wish I were employed. I have an Uber sticker. They can tell. I think if I'm driving behind you close enough to try to read and decipher your plate and I rear end you, it's your fault. I'm telling the police officer, like, officer, I'm sorry, she hit me with a word puzzle. I was behind one on the freeway I couldn't figure out, so I just kept following for like 20 minutes till finally I was like, oh, I'm in your garage. I saw one of those self-driving Teslas circling a Ralph's parking lot, no one in it. What a flex. If I ever get into a wreck with one of those things, I hope I die on impact. Because I'm not getting my money back. How difficult is that going to be dealing with insurance? Filling out the form like, describe the guilty party. ghosts on the phone to State Farm, just like, I'm sorry, ma'am, we can't process this until you tell us who is at fault. No one! No one! You guys don't see the, oh. I can't afford one. That's mostly why I hate one. I'm never going to be able to afford a ghost driving my Tesla. That's fine. I had a young woman tell me I had an aggressive vibe. I'm like, I don't even know what that means. So I punched her in the throat. I was interviewing a 19-year-old girl for the desk job at my gym, and I don't get these teenagers. They make me feel old. I was like, okay, let me check your references. She's like, you look like a roller derby extra from Wicked. I'm like, you're hired. That was excellent. I just don't understand like TikTok. I don't get the trends. I just found out that there's a trend now where teenage girls will take themselves and dab it on like perfume. Ew! My friend Rachel told me that. She's like, ew, who wants to smell like a gross, rotten, dead, smelly fish? I'm like, you should get that checked out, Rachel. A little off. I don't mind teenage girls. I just feel a little bit intimidated by them because I feel like I'm no longer the fun one. 19-year-old girls, I just can't compete. Like, they're still willing to please a man. I got nothing for that. Some of you are like, is the joke that she dates men? Yeah, I do. I got this haircut. It's fine. The older I get, the less I care about pleasing anyone, even myself. I no longer use my vibrator for pleasure. I use it for problem solving. I'm like, ooh, another case of writer's block. This is great. Like 19-year-olds just go out there exploring their sexuality. I'm like the explorer on her way back from several failed expeditions. It's like, I can't go back out there. Too many men have died. Moving on. I was thinking about growing out my hair. I've only had short hair in the time. Did you guys take Molly before this? I fucking love it. I wish everyone were like you guys. I feel popular. My boyfriend, his last girlfriend, had short hair, and he's only known me with short hair. And so when we started dating, I teased him. I was like, you only date women with short hair. So in like 3 to 4 months, I guess we'll find out. He's sweet to me. He calls me puppy because he thinks it's cute that I'm territorial. I know, it's so cute. Our first time out at a bar together since the pandemic, another woman was talking to him when I came back from the bathroom, so I jumped in his lap and peed on him. He's like, don't worry, I won't tell anyone. I'm like, no, tell everyone. You guys are so fucking fun. Oh man, I caught this guy because he has asthma. So during the pandemic, he couldn't do anything really, and I was like, yes, gotcha. I don't know why women want to go for personal trainers and guys who are super fit, because honestly, this is the most stable I've ever felt in a relationship. He tried to break up with me once. I just kept asking why until he ran out of breath and gave up. I think he's faking it sometimes, because like I sit on his chest and he can't breathe, but then I sit on his face and he finds a way. I told him that the first time we were together. I'm like, I'm worried I'm going to suffocate you. And he's like, oh, what a way to go. I'm like, yeah, for you. I'd have a dead dude in my bed. I wouldn't date you if I thought you were going to die in bed with me. I'd date someone rich. Chris, I feel like deja vu. Are you lighting me right now? It's hard to tell with the disco seizure happening. Thank you. You guys might know a thing or two about manifesting. So he got COVID, and because of his lungs, it was really scary. I was like, oh my God, if he goes to the hospital, I might have to write new material. And I thought really hard. I was like, please let him get better. Please let him get better. And he did. I was like, oh my God, it worked. But he doesn't like me telling people about his lung issues. He thinks it makes him look weak. He's like, Maxie, people are going to see me and think I'm like some sickly old man. I'm like, no, they're going to see you're healthy and strong and well and think, she's good. All right, manifesting doesn't work. That's fine. I do talk a lot often about being a tomboy and being mistaken for a lesbian, and I started thinking, I'm gonna not do any of that material ever again because I want to free myself up to dress a little nicer and look cute. And then I realized it is not the material holding me back. I'm just lazy and I like comfortable shoes. Last call, give it up for yourself being a great crowd. My name is Maxie LeCount. Give it up for Maxie real quick, y'all. All right. You guys are a little chilly right now, so you gotta warm this up a little bit. Let's do a little crowd work. I need your participation, so please feel free to scream out. If you could have one superpower, what would it be? Transportation? Like teleportation? She said transportation. We got transportation. Turn into a car, a transformer, anything else. I want my license back. Okay. Anything else? Super speed. Okay. We got that. What else we got? What's that? Mind reading. Ooh. That's a scary one. Why do you want to be invisible? So you can snoop? Fair enough. So we got two women that said mind reading and then invisibility is like a snoop. What else we got? Like Dr. Doolittle? Okay, we got Eddie Murphy in the back. That's what we got. You guys, anything? Superpower. Fly. Yeah, that's usually the first thing. Nobody wants to fly. You want to sit in traffic? Like 4 o'clock now, son. Yeah! I'll be in your house in 2 minutes. I'm in Beverly Hills. Anything else? Nobody wants to be y'all just super as you are, huh? My superpower will be to get the crowd to laugh. And want y'all to be happy. I want to please my parents and my community. Getting emotional. Nah. Yeah, seriously though, I think I want to make the world laugh. I think that'd be the coolest thing in the world. And then be invisible so I can snoop on people. Did she like me? Nah, she got a man? Okay, cool. Moonwalk without being awkward? It's all good. Alright. Coming to the stage next, he just released a comedy special called Man Out of New York. Put your hands together and show your love for Rich Casper, y'all.
Keep going for Chris King, will ya?
I put this whole shindig together for you guys.
Man, if I have one superpower, I think I'd want to be able to look at paper and turn it into money. He's a Jew with no cash, but wait, there's a ream of notebook paper. Now he's another rich Jew. Thanks very much. My name is Rich Chasler. My pronouns are I and me. Thanks a lot. You guys want to have some fun? Yeah. All right. Next time you go to your friend's house, do what I do. Walk in and ask to use the bathroom. And take a bath. Just soak. Read a book, bring Moby Dick. Yeah. I am from New York. I just taped a new special that will be coming out in a few months called Boy Out of New York. I called it that because that's where I'm from. Am I the only New Yorker in the room? Any New Yorkers? Anyone in the back? Where you from? Jersey, yeah, that's fucking New York. What were you, a geography major? Anyone from New York? Texas? I am from New York. I'm not from the cool part of New York, though. Like, I always wanted to be from, like, Brooklyn or the Bronx or Manhattan, you know? Because those guys are so cool. You know, guys from Brooklyn, I didn't get that cool. I'm from Long Island. Or as I call it, Pussy, New York. New York Light. We weren't very tough where I grew up. We didn't have any gangs, just a bunch of Jewish kids running around counting each other's bar mitzvah money. Toughest thing in my neighborhood was my mom's meatloaf. I always wanted to be from Brooklyn, you know? Guys from Brooklyn are so cool. They got the leather jacket. They got like the cool accent. Their neck moves when they talk like a pigeon about the shit on their car. They can't help it. It's just. They hurt themselves when they talk to you. Yo, Joe. Yo, Vinny. Yo, Tony. Yo, Bobby. They get no response till they get low on the body. Hey, yo, Mikey. The fuck? What is it, a snorkel? How do you touch here, you sniff here? I don't get that. I was stoned in 10th grade biology. I never got to that chapter. I don't know how that works. I was just in New York recently. I got to go back for a family reunion. I spent a week at my 90-year-old grand's house. I'm just happy to see people with teeth. No kidding. And Grams make a lot of food, don't they? When you go to Grams' house, a lot of food. My mom called me before I got there, and she's like, hey, Rich, make sure you bring something to Grandma's. Don't show up empty-handed. I brought an empty cooler. You see, for the food, you take it to go. I don't know if you guys got the joke and just hated it, or if maybe it wasn't clearly defined in the setup. So I was asking. That's all. How about that pandemic? I'm sure glad we're all pretending that's over. I had a good pandemic, actually. I didn't mind being locked up. They're talking about, there's so many strains of COVID now. There's a new one out that's highly contagious, but it's not a killer. And they're talking about maybe having another lockdown. I don't know if you saw this. It's true. It was on CNN not too long ago. And I actually didn't mind the lockdown, but damn, it went on forever, didn't it? I was sequestered so long, I felt like an OJ juror. I had a list of stuff I wanted to do during the pandemic. One of the things I wanted to do was learn how to make authentic Mexican homemade chicken enchiladas. And I did that. Yeah, by ordering in. Damn, they were good. I partook in a lot of I was online a lot, spent a lot of time on the internet. You know, I engaged in some of the older people internet stuff, some of the adult internet. But I watched a lot of fucking porn, is what I'm trying to say. I watched a lot of porn during the day. I watched so much porn, my right hand developed feelings. Hey, don't laugh, because the other day I went to open my door to my house with and my left hand got jealous. All right, and now some new stuff. My life has changed recently. I got engaged. True. I got engaged to my girlfriend, and that's odd because I generally don't date women who are age appropriate for me. No, seriously, I think I just got tired of saying, could you stop jumping up and down on the bed? But I did. I got engaged to this woman, and she is age appropriate. And by age appropriate, I mean she's got like a passport. a credit card, she can't get grounded. I'm gonna read these notes, so fuck off. We have a good time. We laugh together. We drink a lot of wine together. We go to the cardiologist together. All right, that's a good joke. I like that. Very good. I'm glad that one worked. Sorry about the notes. I just have to do it. It's different dating a woman who is age appropriate for me. Because I didn't know how this works, but apparently her real age is not her real age. No, her real age is her fake age. And her hair color is not her real hair color. Her real hair color is her fake hair color. All right, I got to rewrite that. The only two, I'm just going to finish it, even though I know it's not funny. The only two things she doesn't lie about, well, first of all, she's smoking hot, so she doesn't have to lie about her weight. And she is also really sexy, and so she doesn't have to lie about having the orgasm. So I don't know if that's just me or her, but I guess being over 35 affords you the ability to come. I'm not really sure where the humor in that is, but I know it's someplace. How much, what is that, 2 minutes? Thanks. She likes to use these sleep apps when you go to bed. Do you use these? You do use them. And they're really cool, but they're so fucking snooty because they're all British people. I want you to turn off the lights now. Feel the mattress under your body. Breathe deeply and imagine you are in a field of memories. But they're always British people. I'm insulted. How come they don't have different voices? Like, why is there a guy from New York going, yo, get in the fucking bed? Close your fucking eyes and shut up. If you're afraid of the dark, you're a pussy. All right, can you feel the mattress under you? Good, it's stolen. Yeah, and there was one more piece to this. Sleep after, oh yeah, we had the conversation the other night, truth, where we were talking and now that we're engaged, and like, like if something happens to me, I want you to go on with your life. I want you to meet somebody else. I want you to be as happy as you are now. And I said, okay, great. She's like, do you want that for me? And I said, no. If I die, you're finished. You better not meet anybody else, or I'm going to haunt the fuck out of you. I said, if I'm in heaven and I see you hanging out with another guy, I'm going to come down into your house and start hiding shit. I'm going to scare the piss out of that new guy and be like, yo, boom, motherfucker. Meet some other dude. You know how much time I put into this thing? I'm not going to die and then watch you go be with some other guy and make you equally as happy? Hell no. I'm going to cut his brake lines. I got to go, you guys. My name's Rich Chassler. Look up my special boy out of New York. Thanks a lot. Give it up for Rich, y'all. Coming to the stage all the way from New York, y'all. Put your hands together and show your love for Sasha. Mercy, y'all. Give it up for her.
What's up, everybody? I'm from the cool side of New York. I'm from the Bronx. So that means I don't know how to drive, so don't ask me. Like people always say, like, oh, if you can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere. But I don't even got a license. But, thank God for Uber, because if not, I wouldn't be here today. I wouldn't be here today talking to y'all if there was no Uber. But yeah, man, I'm moving here to Los Angeles was a very, 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 very different experience because no one told me that if you don't got a car, people just automatically think you're homeless. And in my mind, because everything is about swag in New York, right? You could look at somebody's fit and you could be like, yo, but you could tell by the fit that this person's not homeless. They're probably like, nah, they just became homeless. You don't know. They said, this is the beginning stages. And you're like, oh, well, all right. But yeah, nobody told me this shit. I remember one time I was trying to do my laundry and I was pushing my little cart. I had a little sweats on and this homeless dude looked at me and he's like, where's your tent? And I was like, I don't got one. He's like, well, I do. And then we started dating. Because we love fun. You know how to fuck. Anyway, but we ended up breaking up because like, how the fuck I'm gonna do a pandemic in a tent? You know what I mean? I had to get my priorities straight, find an apartment, get my shit together. But the pandemic was tough, right? Because I felt like, for me, I like to listen to music. I like to listen to music. It's something that soothes me and all this stuff. But I just felt like during the pandemic and music, it just wasn't aligning. It just wasn't hitting. Like, what's the point of the walk if you can't get laid? Why are you talking about this walk? Now I'm home, alone, drinking, by myself. What kind of bullshit is that? And I felt like, rappers, they were really tone deaf. Like, it was just like, they were still talking about all the bodies they killed, all the people they killed, all the bodies they got. It was like, bro, you ain't got more than COVID. How the fuck am I supposed to get scared of you? You ain't kill more people than COVID. What the fuck? But if you name yourself no COVID, maybe that's when I'm listening. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm Dominican Catholic. I got vaccinated. It was the worst thing that I could have done to my family because they believe in candles way too much. You know what I mean? They believe in prayer and candles. If you had COVID, you better Zoom grandma so she could light a candle for you. And I'm Latina. We really believe in candles. If you don't believe me, then clearly you never seen a candle. The whole film was to save a candle to save the family. That's how rooted in the Latino culture it was. And like, they started talking that shit about me. They started a group text on WhatsApp. For those who are not familiar, WhatsApp is what my immigrant family uses to speak to everybody, all these cousins that I never met, my 12-year-old aunt, just straight up talking shit about me in Spanish. They started sending pictures of syringes with my face on it. And they're like, this is you, Martinita? And I'm like, all right. I can't wait to turn into a zombie. I'm fighting into you, grandma. Motherfucking empanada, bitch. You know how old people got that soft pancake skin from McDonald's? Now y'all know they got them on for the other day, I fell down the stairs and I broke my foot. And I couldn't walk for 2 months. And it's different because what happens is like when you're in your 30s and you don't stretch in the morning and you don't work out, you step on a crack, you break the whole shit, right? In your 20s, you wake up and you get back up like nothing, right? It's like, and I thought about, anybody in their 20s here? Anybody like in their 20s? Yeah, okay. Fuck you. Fuck you, bitch. In the front, little 20-year-old lives and shit. I'm jealous. I'm handling. You wanna know why I'm jealous? Because I used up all my beauty, my ambition, at my youth to get free drinks at a bar. That's what I use it for. Get free drinks every night. That's what we're gonna do. Get free drinks. Like that was the goal in life. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's crazy. Not to get caught, not to find somebody that got, they sit together free drinks. And it was always like, depends on the dude, right? The dude that buys the drink, because they're like, is he cute? He sit there, he's out there. Until flies come out of his mouth, and you're like, okay, I gotta get out of here because he's dumb. And or if he's ugly and he buys your drink, you're like, okay, I gotta go to see my friends. Yeah, I'm gonna go with my girls. I gotta go see my girls. And you just blend it in the shadows the whole night, so you don't find me. He's like, listen, they're possibly like, can this fuck you? Tough, man. Like, even hangovers aren't the same for me anymore. They just aren't. Like, I drink 2 shots right now, I'm hungover for a week. Alright? When I was drinking in my 20s, like a bitch, the only thing that happens is I wake up, I don't remember what happened. I just call my girl and be like, yo, what happened last night? She was like, bitch, you was in the middle of the dance floor dancing like a T-Rex, bitch, and throwing up on your titties, like, ah! And I'm like, damn, I did that. I wish I was dead, yo. Anyway, it's really different. People tell me like, oh, you moved to California to follow your dreams and shit. I'm like, nah, I don't know how to, what is that shit? Boundaries with my family. So I just took a flight. You know how dope it is that your family be like, oh, you're gonna come to the baby shower? You're like, I can't. I live in California. Like, I can't make it because I hate my family, but not enough to do porn. You know what I mean? Like I thought about it. I'd be like, okay, maybe, but I'm like, nah, not enough to do porn. And then between you and my pussy's ugly. You know what I mean? So I say that, bitch. I'm disgusted. I'm scared. I'm not the type of girl that like you be like, oh, so we got thing. No, you gotta fall in love with me first. Then I send you pictures just so that you know what you're working with. Cause it's like if I had to describe it, it's like a roast beef pastrami sandwich from Arby's. You know what I mean? It's ugly, but it tastes good. You know what I mean? When I moved out here. Oh God, I'm stupid. But why don't we do this? When I moved out here, people look at me and they're like, "Oh, like what are you?" Because they don't know that I'm Latina. So when I speak Spanish, people like, "Señorita, you speak Spanish?" And it's like, "Yeah." And it's like, "Cómo?" I'm like, "Because I'm from an island that also speaks Spanish." Oh, so that makes you Latina? I'm like, yes, that makes me Latina. And I know this because I prayed to 3 people before I go to sleep. En nombre del Padre, de Bad Bunny, Bidi Bidi Bam Bam. That's my time, man. That's how some people call me. Give it up for Saucy. Don't speak to him. All right, coming to the stage, you catch this guy on Showtime's American Gigolo. Put your hands together and show your love for Jay Washington, y'all. Give it up.
Yeah. Y'all have to put a lot of pressure on me in this bitch. Y'all have been looking at everybody like this is jury duty and stuff like that. Y'all been looking like, yeah, we found this motherfucker guilty. You're not gonna do that to me. I'm not gonna tell you that my dick look like goddamn Vienna sausages or turkey legs or nothing like that. She said that shit look like Arby's roast beef. I almost fell the fuck out of the chair.
We already had people say what superpower they have. And as a black dude, I'd like to have the superpower of being able to walk by the police, and that's it. Just be able to walk. How you doing, officer? Good to see you. And just keep moving. Just be like, I don't know what happened. How you doing? You good? Y'all good? Okay, cool. Y'all the Molly crew at the front. Fine. I feel like my whole job up here is to get you motherfuckers to focus and laugh and know exactly what the fuck you laughing at. They'd be like, we started giggling and singing Under the Sea. No, the fuck I didn't. This motherfucker look like Ursula up here. Alright, I need to figure out how far y'all will let me go, so I gotta ask a couple questions. First off, fellas, round of applause, whoever had to take an allergy pill before sex because the woman you want to get down with got pets and you allergic. Like, sir, what I'm trying to say is you want to go down on your woman and eat a pussy like a warm grilled cheese sandwich on a cold Saturday afternoon, but it's pet dander everywhere on the bed, and you don't want to go down and come up looking like Will Smith and hit you by the face. You got your shit looking like a puffer fish. Okay, that didn't get all of y'all. This should get the rest. Fellas, and maybe even ladies, have you ever had to tell your girl to calm down from riding your face because she get real wild and you on your last pair of contacts? Like your girl ride doing a thing and you smacking on the ass, she thinking you telling her to go fast, and you like, no, bitch, go down! You fucking up my depth perception. Got you around this bitch looking like Popeye with one eye. Y'all get done, you gotta ask her if she enjoyed herself. She be like, yeah, you be like, that'd be $40. He's actually used one cheap. You motherfuckers trying to make somebody work for $16.72 up here. Swear to God, I'm not working that hard for $15.43 for y'all. Not. Rich was talking about him watching all the porn, and I was like, I believe it. I believe it. Round of applause if you watch porn, honestly. Some of y'all some like, I'm gonna get out there wrong. You know you watch porn. You a grown man in this bitch by yourself with a bucket of beers and shooting drain all over niggas. You watch porn. If I took your phone right now and put it in the letter X, you got a heart attack. Like, start typing in P.O. Like, we don't porn. Like, I watch it. My favorite category is like amateur porn. I don't need all that production value. I want to see real shit. But I need them to step up the level of realism in my amateur porn. Like, I'm tired of seeing niggas set their phone up like this. I gotta watch you set your phone up, and you using the front-facing camera, so I'm mad at you. Like, nigga, this is the wrong installation. Turn around. Like, I want to see that. Like, I want to see real shit happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to see a porn star, like the dude that set up and hit the camera. He done brought in 12 bags of groceries from the house. He done cleaned up the whole thing, and his wife come home. She's like, oh my God, and just start fucking. Because that's how it goes in real life. Okay. Or I'd rather see this. I want to see a porn where a dude is trying to put a woman's leg behind his head, and she like, my head don't go like that. Because every man has been through that shit at one point in time. You like, oh my God, what you doing? Like, what you doing? I don't feel like that. Stop the fuck out. Like, this is to the white people in the room. Did you all enjoy your holiday this year that no black person asked for? Yeah, I'm talking about Juneteenth. It was a holiday no black person wanted. And number one, because y'all got the day off work. Like, why should white people get the day off work when the day when white people forgot it was still slaves left over? Like, Juneteenth was the day somebody was like, oh shit, there's more. Like, yeah. But also, it was like the reason we didn't want it because it was another example of black people asking for one thing and white people doing the exact fucking opposite. Allow me to explain. Black people asked that the police stop shooting black men like we playing Grand Theft Auto and Nintendo's Duck Hunt, and white people were like, well, what if we give you the day off of work? No! No! Here was the fucked up thing. When it started last year, it started on a Saturday. Niggas was already off, okay? was already off work. You want to make this shit count? Make it start on a Tuesday or Wednesday. We might give you some credit. Before they passed the Crown Act, black people asked if black women stop being harassed in the workplace because of their hairdos, and white people were like, well, what if we take Aunt Jemima off the pancake label? I don't give a shit what you do as long as you don't change the recipe. It's fucking delicious. They changed that shit to Pearl Milling Company, and I was like, what in the fuck is a Pearl Milling? And one of my homies had to be like, yo, that's Aunt Jemima's real name. And I was like, the bitch is real? Aunt Jemima had a soul? No wonder that syrup is so savory. But we didn't want that. Because we didn't want to start seeing companies and corporations pandering to black people like they do to the gays during Pride Month. Y'all know good goddamn what I'm talking about. It's 11 other months of the year. Companies don't give a shit about gay people. June 1st, like a light switch, all these bitches are like, taste the rainbow. Get your mind skills ass about it. You don't even believe that. We didn't want to, like, I didn't want to be sitting at home flicking through TV commercials, and I landed on an IKEA commercial talking about, come try new all cotton mattresses, 3/5 off. No! You don't want to be left hanging with these savings. Shut the fuck up! You gonna dread Scott's decision if you miss out. Stop that! Worst of all, my biggest fear was they pull out the Popeye's chicken lady talking about, come try my Juneteenth chicken strip. Get this bitch off my TV. I didn't want it to happen, but it did. There was one company that did it, and it should have surprised me. I don't know if y'all heard, Walmart had the nerve. Walmart made party decorations for Juneteenth. Let me tell you something. Look to any black person in this room, and they will tell you, we have never needed fucking Juneteenth party decorations. Red Soul cups and paper plates were fucking fine, okay? If you were wondering who Juneteenth party decorations were for, I'm gonna treat you like a black pastor. Look at your neighbor, because those for you motherfuckers, not us. Their party decorations had the phrase, it's the freedom for me. I'm sorry, what? It's the freedom for me. Then they took that phrase and put it on a t-shirt and put it on the whitest of white women I've ever seen in my entire goddamn life on their website. And I was like, this is some bullshit. They could have at least got a Kardashian. We know they fuck black dudes. But like you heard earlier, that was the furthest thing. The furthest thing Walmart did was made Juneteenth ice cream. This shit wasn't even red, black, and green. It was just Juneteenth ice cream. And black people everywhere, we were pissed off, myself included, until I saw the flavor. It was red velvet cheesecake. And I was like, hey, hold on for a second, y'all. Have you ever had red velvet cheesecake? That sounds fucking delicious. You know what I'm saying? Red velvet is delicious. Cheesecake phenomenal. If it was butter pecan, other niggas say y'all love it. But red velvet cheesecake, we can just get a racism of our past, right? Can we all agree right now as a group and a family that Zoom birthday parties and holiday gatherings were the worst shit ever and we should never the fuck do it again? That shit was terrible. Niggas was making Facebook invites on myself. I know the world is terrible right now, but come celebrate my birthday on Zoom. Everybody was sitting on the edge of their bed or their couches and basketball shorts, drunk as fuck. Did nobody care about the goddamn birthday? Thanksgiving, my aunt sent out a mass text message to the whole family and was like, yo, I know we all can't be together in person, so let's do Thanksgiving dinner on Zoom. It was 67 motherfuckers on my TV screen, and wasn't nobody eating the same thing, okay? I had a quesadilla, yeah, we pronounce our L's around here. I had a quesadilla. My aunt had made a whole turkey, but this bitch lived by herself. I was like, who the fuck is the rest of this turkey for? She was like, it's for y'all when you come over with the leftovers. I was like, I'm not coming over to your goddamn house. This German's outside. But I bring that up because this Thanksgiving will be the 3-year anniversary of the worst decision I've ever made in my entire fucking life over some edibles. Now, I'm pretty sure most of us in this room have a terrible edible story. Here's mine. Okay. So normally I take one 10 milligram edible to go to bed at night. Because why? A nigga has anxiety. So Thanksgiving 2020, I was like, ain't nobody go nowhere, and I'm a thug. I'm gonna take two 10 milligram edibles at one time. Now, I don't know if y'all know this little thing called multiplication, but 10 milligrams times 2 equals 1 fucked up black guy. So this is what happened. I took my edibles at 9:35. At 9:50, I was like, I'm feeling good. At 10:15, I was like, this shit gonna be a breeze. At 10:30, I was on the phone with one of my homegirls. At 10:33, in the middle of the conversation, I just went, uh-oh. She was like, what? I said it again, uh-oh. Because have you ever had the moment where the drugs you taking have kicked in way fucking harder than you expected? Now you low-key freaking the fuck out and you don't know what to do? I was on the phone like, oh shit. She was like, what's going on? I was like, we gotta go. And I hung up on her. I started pacing back and forth in my room for 11.5 minutes. I was like, oh shit, this is a bad fucking decision. Let me go try to lie down and maybe look outside the window. That'd be a good idea. Wrong. Because when I decided to look out my window, I looked at the trees, and the trees look like this shit to the never ending story throwing apples at a nigga and had me freaking out like, ah, what the fuck? So, then I was like, yo, I might be a little bit too high. But my solution is, I got a mini fridge in my bedroom, and in the mini fridge I got a B12 shot. So I went to my mini fridge, got the B12 shot, threw the bottle in the garbage, and laid it back down. 5 minutes later, I was like, I'm too high for this shit. I got a mini fridge in my bedroom, and in the mini fridge I got a B12 shot. So I went to the mini fridge with my B12 shot. I was like, where the fuck is my shot? Look over the garbage can, saw the bottle, was like, damn, that's weird, and laid back down. 5 minutes later, I was like, I'm too hot for this shit. I got a mini fridge in my bedroom, and the mini fridge I got a B12 shot. So I went to my mini fridge, looked for my B12 shot. I was like, where the fuck is my shot? Saw the bottle in the garbage can. I was like, who the fuck did this? And laid it back down. 3 minutes later, I was like, I'm too hot for this shit. I got a mini fridge in my bedroom, and the mini fridge I got a B12 shot. I did that shit nonstop for 18 minutes. I was high as giraffe pussy, okay? I was so high, I had an out-of-body experience that my spirit saw my body fucking my bed, okay? And I wasn't just humping my mattress either. I was putting in work. I was humping so good, my spirit was like, damn, he got moves. At one point, I was just like, yo, I'm really too high. I need to call for help. I need to call an ambulance. And I was like, no, I ain't got $700. That I was like, I should call an Uber. And I was like, no, it's going to be 17 minutes. The price is surging. So I reached out for help the only way I knew how on Twitter. And I tweeted out the following phrase. Hey, y'all, if I don't make it, it's been real. Motherfuckers just responded with LOL. I hope all of them die. I swear to God. Y'all have been a crowd. I'm just walking around here. Good up and say, y'all.
All right. We have one more performance. He is the house comic. He's got the best abs in the room. He's the homie all the way from Baltimore. Put your hands together and show your love for Marvin Saucy.
I'm glad you guys were excited to see me. The applause carried me all the way to the stage. Yo, good job, guys.
So we're here.
Everyone that's single, make some noise. Go ahead and sing forward. People in relationships, you go ahead and make some noise too. Make some noise. Fuck y'all. The applause make me feel like you're pointing at me directly and calling me a failure. Fuck each one of you. I'm trying to date. I swear to God, I'm trying to date. I'm trying to find a wife who will deal with me. This is why they don't like black folk already. I understand. But I am. I'm trying to find a wife, and it's hard because when you go dating now, like you have to lie. And I'm an honest person, right? Like I'm so honest it gets me in trouble. Like when you meet a girl, she doesn't tell you her age, and then you go, "Hey, how old are you?" Dumb question, I know. Wait. And she goes, "Guess." At this point, I've failed. The whole situation is over because this is what has to happen. I have to look at her. I have to determine an age that I think she is. And then I have to subtract 5 years from that age. But then I have to determine if that's a practical subtraction. This is what I mean. Oh, all right, she looks 33. If I say 27, we both know I'm lying, right? So I have to say 29, but I know I'm lying. So if I say 30, I feel like I'm safe. Sweetheart, you're 30. 27. I had it right on the initial map. But once you tell a woman she's older than you think she is, the day's over. There's nothing you can do. Hey, you want some wine? No. Bottle? No. Oysters? No. There's an aphrodisiac, though. I'm working on it, though. I'm working on it. Because it's also hard because at my age, I have a grown-ass kid. Like, my kid is 18 next month, right? And so I meet people that are younger, and I'm like, "Hey, yeah." And she's like, "Oh my God, what do you do?" And I'm like, "Oh, I got to send my son money." For what? I mean, oh, he's in college. How old are you? Oh, I'm 39. That's it. And she looks at me like I'm lying. She looks at me like my mom when I come in the house at 2 in the morning. "What happened?" "Oh, we was just at John's house chilling." "Let me smell your fingers." "What? Why would your mom want to smell your fingers? It's a weird thing. And first of all, I can't let her smell my fingers. That's the real problem. Let me smell your fingers." "What?" Try to wipe the shit off in your pocket. There's nothing on my. I'm gonna go to my room. I'm playing this cool. And dating's weird because like when you go date, we're in LA right now, right? So like interracial dating is a thing. Like it's a thing, and I'm not mad at it. Like if you find love across the border, find it, love it, live it, right? My mama doesn't feel as open as I am about dating, right? So I'm in CVS and I need to buy some Band-Aids. This is real shit. And I'm staring at the Band-Aids and there's not one regular Band-Aid. You know, like regular Band-Aids, like the random pink shit that no one matches? Like not even white people, when he's sick, like no one matches this Band-Aid. So I'm looking at it, I'm like, all right, well, Idris Elba is too dark for me. Michael Ealy's too light. Y'all got Denzel Band-Aids? No? All right. And then my brain process, and I go, what happens when they start making flesh-colored condoms? No, that's just my thought. All right, fuck it. We're going to go on my thought since y'all not with me. Think about the shit you can do with a flesh-colored condom. Wait, stop. Hey, sweetheart. You know it's BBC night tonight, right? No, it's just me. All right. Like, oh, I've been working on my Spanish too, so I can go ahead and get me the really light condom. That's, not white, but like, that cute. You're cute, like pervert. Yeah. And then like play Suavemente. Suavemente, bésame. All right, fine. That's just me. Now, don't worry about it. I really wanted to make fresh-colored condoms. I think that'll be a thing. I really think it'll go well, right? Like they might always be sold out of like Nigerian. But you can always get a Billy. Like, hey, sweetheart, we're going to go 90210 tonight. That's fuck it. My son goes to an HBCU, so it's a very. Every time I say that, it's always impressive because it's only the black people that clap. It's like, hey, my son goes to HBCU, and I feel like, hip a cook? What's a hip cook? Is that a place? My son goes to school, and my son told me, and this is where I felt like a failure as a dad. This is real shit. He goes, oh, Dad, I don't date black women. I felt like an Iranian mom being told that I don't date Muslims anymore. Like, I was just like, what do you mean you don't date black women? He was like, they act a certain way. I was like, all right. So he goes to his HBCU, and he sends me a text, and he goes, I was wrong. I don't know what the fuck this means. This is random. I'm at work. What the fuck do you mean you were wrong? So I go, all right, what happened? And he goes, it's the first day of school, and all the black women came in. He saw the rainbow that black women come in. You know, we come in the entire rainbow. There are some of us that are lighter than Michael Jackson at the end of his career, and there are some of us darker than Michael Jackson at the end of his career. Beginning of his career. And so then he starts asking me about dating advice. Like, so Dad, how do I approach her? Nigga, I don't know. I'm single. How do I give my son dating advice for shit I ain't figured out yet? So I did, because that's what dad does, right? I go, what you want is you want a woman that is about her business. You want a woman that is focused on her future. You want a woman that understands what WAP means, but doesn't show out when it plays at the party. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Like, there's a chick when WAP comes on, she knows the first note. Like, as soon as the shit goes, she's like, got it. And you're like, get your ass up. And then there's people like me, it takes to the chorus to get there. Let's discuss WAP. I'm not calling it WAP, I'm calling it WAP. Because that's the sound that you hear when you actually go into some WAP. You've never been smacked before about some. Listen, all right, first of all, back to the flesh color condoms. Condoms have saved my life at least 3 or 4 times. Stop, stay with me. You ever slide, women, I can't with y'all. Man, you ever slide into something so good, unprotected, and you go, wow, nigga, hold up, stop. And you go, you said, sweetheart, we should get a condom. Like, if a nigga ever stops in the middle of shit to get a condom, he's at the end. He's walking to danger. Ooh, I'm gonna die. Let me get out. We can't do this. This is irresponsible. That's only because he's about to. It's over. The night's over. You're about to come over, be disappointed. You want to talk about him in your friend's group chat. This nigga didn't last for 2.5 seconds. Nope. I'm gonna get a condom, and I'm gonna sit here and let the condom dull. This didn't say, no, it's just me. Fuck y'all. That's fine. I own this shit. Listen, I use condoms to save my life. And not because of health shit. Here's the real reason I won't have unprotected sex. This is the real reason. Real reason I won't have unprotected sex. If you have unprotected sex with a woman and you finish, you now have to pray she doesn't die in the next week. Let me explain why. If she dies in the next week, sperm lives for 4 to 6 days. Their DNA test is going to pull your name up immediately. And that is my biggest fear. My biggest fear is not pregnancy. I'm not worried about that call. I'm worried about walking into work and the police being like, Mr. Toe, can you come with us, please? Because if she gets murdered, you're going to jail. You didn't even murder her. No. That's just my fear. That's fine. I'll live with that too. I'll take it. That is a real fear. If she dies from something tragic and you are the last thing inside of her, fine, I'll be a con. They won't let me out. That's fine. Someone got that. It's a fear because as a black man, we can't do anything wrong, right? Like legitimately, like if I cross the street and the light is yellow and the shit turn red, it's a ticket. If I go into a grocery store and all these niggas walk in and grab all the groceries, they gonna look at me like they was your friends. I don't know them niggas. But now I'm locked up. I have fear of jail because I'm cute. You can't go to jail with waves. Can you imagine going to jail? It's your first day on the block and a nigga come around and be like, yeah, nigga, that shit nice. No! I'm shaping my shit backwards immediately. Alright, my fear is unreasonable. That's cool. I live with those. Like Jay, I take 10 milligrams of edibles every night. I may have taken 5 before this show. It doesn't matter. In my dating experiences, I realized I'm aging out of dating. Right? Put your fucking phone down and listen to these jokes. You ain't preparing for your sermon tomorrow. Stop that bullshit. He's sitting there with a fake hat on, not looking at no Bible verse at all. I've been read a Bible verse since last weekend. What was the last verse you read? He who's without sin cast the first stone. I'm aging out, right? Like, I went on a date with a young chick. Things went well. We had some drinks. We went out to her place. And she was like, hey, let's hop in the shower. You got damn right, let's hop in the shower. Because the shower means she's trying to go down. And I don't mean talking about shoelaces, ladies. I mean, y'all know what I mean. I don't know if you in a hat know what I mean. You've been serious all night. She's been studying for her dissertation. I'm trying to see the effects of comedy on the general public. And I appreciate it. So I hop in the shower with her. We shower, we bathe each other down, rub some shit. Let me get that for you. Oh, you didn't shave today. It nicked me a little bit. Stop it. Y'all know that shit like y'all shaved yesterday, but then today, that one thick one come out and it cuts. All right, stop. The niggas know what I'm talking about. You be in there, you're like, well, the nuts are we good. So we get to the bedroom and we towel each other down. This shit is sexy. And then she pushes me back on the bed. That's cool. I sit back on the bed. I'm erect, ready to go. And she drops to her knees and she starts going to work. Successful dates. I don't do these well, but I got one. And then she pushes me back. And there's no reason for me to be back. My shit is straight out already. So I sit back up because why would I need to lean back? And then she pushes me back again. But this time she hooks my leg. She done did that shit before. Look at this. She said, don't turn around now. get bashful today, so she hooks my leg. So I wiggle my leg out because there's no reason for my leg to be the fuck up. And I sit back up. I like to watch this weird thing. It's a strong effort. That's what I like to see. So she pushes me back and hooks my leg again, right? And then she hooks my other leg. And now both of my legs are up and my knees are by my ears. And I didn't tell y'all we didn't put lotion on, so my shit is starting to dry. I can see the whitening happening across my kneecap. First of all, I don't understand why kneecaps get so white so fast. So that's another discussion we need to figure out later in the Black community. What do we need to do with our kneecaps? But back to the story. So, you got the same question, thank you. Listen, I've been out in the street and the only thing that's fucked me up are my kneecaps, my elbows, and my ankles. Why? I put lotion on from head to toe. My elbows be like, nah, nigga, not today. We want to be American. What? And the fucked up part is Black people don't let you live when your shit is ashy. They see that shit immediately. Nigga, what the fuck is you doing? No one saw this. It's 400 people here. No one said a thing. Your Black friend is like, nigga, here. Anyway, so she pushes me back with a bed. She hooks both legs. Here's the thing, when you don't know when both your legs are hooked, you can't get them bitches down. You look weird. So both my legs are hooked and I'm struggling, but she's got me now. Right? And so I'm like, let me relax because I don't want to fuck up the mood. She's giving me head still. Yes, ladies, that's why she pushed me back the first time. I'm trying to explain it to them. They look confused. Everyone else is having a good time. They're like, why did you shower? And why did you look down? We're going to help our three right here. Got you. That's my joke. You just wait. You so look down. I told you she's studying for her dissertation. I know what she's doing. She's in math tonight. How many times have you done it? No, don't answer. Stop. No, I'm not going to put that type of pressure on you. Let's ask her. How many times have you done it? Hey! That motherfucking stool can't turn around fast enough, can it? Anyway, so now, both my legs are hooked and she's giving me head and she goes down to my balls. And first of all, balls are a delicate thing, ladies. You gotta understand this. They are the most sensitive part on a nigga's body. She took care of both of them. Fantastic. And so she goes down to the tank, the area right under the balls, before the ass, and I was like, hey, this feels amazing, but we're getting dangerously close to an area. She didn't care. She went down, she looked mad. Here's the problem. It felt amazing. All right, listen. I was so confused at this point about my entire life. Because I was like, am I gay? Why, maybe? It felt amazing. And she stuck her finger in and I was like, no, I'm good. Hey, ma'am, stop. Please. Pause. Can you move your finger and just stick your tongue back in? Which is the wrong statement I've ever made in my life. Wildest. Can you remove your finger and stick your tongue back in? But here's the thing, I meant it. I absolutely meant it. Because that's just how it is. And so, the rest of the night, while I was trying to redeem my manhood, I was like, I had her in positions, I had her up against the wall, you know, I drug her across the floor. I was doing everything. I put my foot on her neck, and then was here with, because the only thing that I could remember was how good my ass felt. And that's That is a problem, ladies and gentlemen. But I've made my peace with it. And here's my peace. Everyone loves an asshole. And that's it. Thank you guys. I'm out of this bitch. Bye.
Beautiful morning, y'all. That is our show. We're gonna do like a little post-show photo. So if you guys want to help us out and get some cool IG stuff, we would love to have it. The next show will be October 22nd, different lineup, same place. Thank you for coming. Take care of your bar staff. Tip well. Get home safely. If you drink too much, you'll. See you next time. Comments to the stage, please. Thank you.
Are we live?
We are.
Oh, wow.
Who's taking a photo?
We are
Cool.